Okay, so what's the best time to day trade the markets? Where do we see the most volume? And what is the outline of what the trading day looks like? If you're based here if you're in the UK, then there's no doubt about it. If you're trading the morning move, the London session, which one of my students put together this timeline for himself here, and I thought I'd share it with you. And it's really great, okay, because now it structures his day to be able to take advantage of the times when there's most volatility. Most volatility means the market particularly moves more, and I'm going to show you in a second how to measure what are the best times of the day by using a very simple indicator. Okay, so you can see here we've got the London session GMT time here, and you can see he's put down the morning move, the volume surge. Now look, if you're looking to trade the morning move, I would say look, before 7 a.m. it's okay. The brokers have spreads that are wider. We're not really kicking off the trading day, but once you get to around 7 a.m., if you're going to start your day, that's a good time to start day trading, around 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Once 9 a.m. kicks in, you've done 2 hours of trading if you want to, and there's going to be loads of opportunities to go and earn your day's money from that 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then maybe some people are starting their day's work, or maybe at 9:30 a.m. they're starting their day's work. Well, you've done 2 hours, which is ample. You've got plenty of opportunities for your morning move and your day's profit. And then once we get after sort of 9:30 into that sort of mid-morning for us here, and you can start to see things start to dry up a little bit, all right? And then the US sort of comes online, and you can trade US shares from just after 9 a.m. here now in London. So I could be trading US shares from that 9 a.m. London time. Not always the best time to be trading because there's not many US traders trading at that time. So there's not as many traders participating in the market at that time. So from the 7 a.m. time, the morning move, you can certainly be trading the Forex market. You can certainly be trading the DAX, the German DAX. You can certainly be trading the FTSE 100. And a lot of the currency pairs that have the European currencies inside them, the pound, US dollar, the euro versus the Great British Pound, the euro, US dollar, they move nicely in that morning move. And FX pairs overnight, and we had a fantastic move on the New Zealand dollar, which we woke up to this morning for a nice profit. And it was a New Zealand dollar. So news coming out overnight on that. And then we get into the London session, take advantage of day trades on the London session. Then we get into the mid-morning session. Then the US starts to wake up, trading US shares. And as we get into sort of closer, we're very much into pre-market US markets. And this is where in the old days I would start to day trade the pre-market at 1 p.m. That's when news would come out with US shares. Before that, there was no trading. And then we get into the cash session of the US markets opening up here at 2:30 London time. And then we can trade this particular window of opportunity if there's a setup setting up. Now, in the old days, there were many books written about, and there's people still doing it today. They'll wait 30 minutes for the markets to settle down. The US markets open up at 2:30 in the cash session. By 3 o'clock UK time, they'll start to participate. So we call that the reversal time. Okay, so reversal time is 30 minutes after the US market opening at 2:30. A lot of traders will participate. A lot of books in the old day were written, wait 30 minutes to trade the markets, the US, and then start to go and look for direction. And then you've got, the mid-morning for US. So that's a quiet time. There's no volume surge in here. And then you've got the sort of power hours towards the end of the US session, which is the evening time, very much into the night time here in London. And you can see that you could trade the close of the US session with stocks. We have lovely setups setting up into that close, which you could take advantage of, and that would be great for you workers out there that want to come home from work and maybe look for some volume into the close of the US session, all right, and trade individual US shares. I wouldn't be trading any FTSE shares here because the FTSE 100 cash sessions closed in at 4:30, and that's done for the day. So just to summarize here, Forex in the morning here, nice moves on the London morning move. And as we get into the sort of lunchtime session for UK traders, the US opens up US shares if you want to trade US shares, and the gaps and the morning moves on US shares, and then we get the cash session open. We come to the end of the European session. We start to see indices closing down in Europe here, and then we have lunch with the US markets, and then we go into the close of the US market. So you've got all day long. You can literally pick and choose when you want to trade the markets. And one thing for sure here, if you want to be trading at a certain time, let's say you want to start your trading day at 8 a.m., you might want to look at 60-minute candlesticks for a signal. Okay, so certainly what we do, we look at a 60-minute chart. We know that on the hour, every hour, there's going to be a signal in some market with a certain trade strategy. So we know that's going to fire a signal on the hour. So you can literally organize your day around these hourly candlesticks. If you're doing 4 hours, you can certainly, we look for the 8 a.m. for 4 hours, and then there's the midday, and then there's the 4 p.m. one here, and as we get into the 8 p.m. one as well. So, if you're using a 4-hour chart, then you're going to get signals at that particular time. So you certainly could measure, or I would say not measure, that's the wrong word. You could certainly manage your day around those signals. And of course, if you're using a 60-minute time frame chart, then you're going to see faster signals. You're going to see faster markets, I would imagine. You're going to see setups setting up quickly in and out and taking advantage of those day trades. Sometimes if you're using a 4-hour candlestick, trades can take a little bit longer to play out. Okay, so it's entirely up to you how fast you want to be trading. Talking about how fast we want to trade in, let's go and have a little look how to measure how much a market moves, so you can make sure you're not trading in the time where the market's not moving, because the last thing we want to do as day traders is be in trades where price is going nowhere. So here is the 1-minute chart of the German DAX, and you can see down below I've got the 7:30 time here and the 7:40 into 8, and you can see the price here sold off really hard today. We got a move down at 647 on the pro trading system, all the way down, recovered down here. I mean, this is like a 100-point move just here, where if you just look at the price prior to that, early morning, it's sort of going nowhere. It's all chopped. There's a lot of white here. White means that we're getting no volatility whatsoever. And then suddenly, as Europe wakes up, we see the markets expanding. We see price moving. We need the market to move so we can make a nice income. I don't want this move in literally 10 points. I want it to move like it did here, 100 points. And then we rolled over again here and turned red, and we shorted the market again, 562. And that's another 650 to 60 point move there, guys. At £10 a point, you've made yourself £500 profit in there. Okay, so you can see this whole window of opportunity here was really good. Now, there's an indicator called the average true range. Let me show you how to get it up. If you just go into your indicator section, I've actually started it up here. It's called the average true range, ATR. And you just click it, put it on your chart, okay? And you can see here it's got the look back period is 14. It means the average of the 14 bars, 14 candlesticks prior, the last 14 candlesticks, and it keeps adding on or keeps moving that 14 candlesticks on average, how far the price moves. Okay, it's measuring that period of time, and you can see down here, look, around 650. Look on the right hand side of the chart there, guys. It says 768. That basically means it's moving on average 7 points, 8 points. And as we start to get to the London morning move here, which we love the morning move here at Trading College, you start to pick up. Each 14 candlesticks here is averaging around 12 to 14 points, 15 points. You can see the actual candlestick here, or I should say the line here, is at its peak. And that's the morning move. That's the volatility move. And as we start to get into sort of past 9 a.m. and into that 10 a.m. area here, we start to decrease, and that's the morning move over. So that London surge is critical, and you can make a living and you can create a trading plan around the morning move. All right, and you can very much just continue to look for those signals, whatever strategy you're using, within that time period, and then you're done. You don't want to be sitting there all day long, because if you're trading through the lunchtime session, you're going to get chopped around, you're going to get eaten up when the markets go sideways. Our pro trend system turns white here when the market is sideways and there's no volume. Okay, so just to finalize here, guys, don't forget, if you want to make money fast, and as a day trader, I do, and I'm sure you do as well, you need to be trading in the times where there's most volatility. If you're UK based, European based, or US based, pick your volatility time. Use the average true range to give you an idea how much markets move, because then it can give you an idea how much you can make with the average true range in that period of time. All right, in the description down below, guys, I've got a webinar that I did last week. We talked about using the color method, and I spoke about automating the color method as well. All right, so I've done a webinar. Make sure you click inside the description and check that out. That replay is going to be closed down before Friday, Black Friday. Okay, all right, guys, have a great rest of the day. Got any comments, leave them down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and give us a like as well, because it all helps and it makes the channel grow with these nice little pieces of education, and I hope it helps you in your trading. Speak to you soon, guys.